locking you down by force. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. If you don't think it'll happen, I don't know what to say. They've tried it before, they got away with it. They know now also that there will be a lot fewer people willing to do it by choice. They understand that there will be a lot more resistance to lockdowns this time. So, how would they go about doing it? How would they force you? Are they going to force you like that? With that in your face? I doubt it. But they have ways that they can get people to comply with what they want. Oh, how is that? Oh, how about you can't get food? They can turn off your water, your power. There's a lot of things that they can do. They don't have to have troops on the ground, law enforcement coming there telling you to do this. No, they don't. They could issue cards and say, hey, you got to have certain this to get this or whatever. They have a lot of tools in their toolbox to control us, really. I mean, they have internet they can turn off. They have a lot of things that they can do. They can have lockdown orders in effect. They could have roadblocks. They could set up all kinds of things. They could have some kind of system in place where you have to have, like I said, mentioned a certain card or something like that to get into a grocery store or something like that. And then maybe they're only allowed to go in there once a week. Back in the, the 70s, the gas lines and the your ability to get only a certain amount of gas per person per week, that kind of thing could come into play. Because you got to get fuel for your vehicles to be able to go out somewhere to violate a lockdown. Now why? Why are we even talking about lockdowns again? Because we've heard a lot of things, and I don't even really watch that much YouTube. I watch a tiny little bit here and there. So I don't even really know what people are talking about. I'm sure that there are others talking about this because if it's on my mind, I'm sure it's on others. But we got X, or whatever they want to call it, the new one, coming. But it's not just that. But places are already talking about, putting up your diapers on again, and and making it so you have to wear those again. There's also climate lockdowns because it's too hot outside. It's August. It's just past the middle of August right now. And I'm in Western Washington, where this time of year is usually in the 80s, 90s, or low 100s. 80s, 90s average. And it's like 60 degrees outside here, and it was just raining. Yeah, it's so hot out here. I should probably be locked down. No, yeah, I get it. I mean, there's heat wave, there's heat. There's hot and cold cycles all the time. It's a natural thing. Some years are hotter than others. Some years are colder than others. But yeah, so there's like climate lockdowns. There's X. There's, what else is there? Well, if we get into some kind of like World War type thing, then they can do War Powers Act, suspend the Constitution. You have no more rights, and say everybody needs to stay home and do the whole fuel thing because we need fuel for the war effort, or we need this asset for the war effort, or we got to cut down on food or your electrical usage, so they could do like rolling blackouts or whatever, stuff like that. There's a lot of different things that they can do, and there's a lot of different reasons why they would put us in some kind of lockdown. Do I think it's legitimate? No, of course not. I mean, it's crazy to even think that something like that would even exist ever in the United States of America. Other places, maybe, but here, no. So, what are we going to do about it? That's what I like talking about. Solutions, not just problems. Well, there are always consequences. Consequences for our actions. We probably would suffer negative consequences for violating it if they were really hardcore about it. The first time, yeah, they weren't really that hardcore about it. It's just they tricked a lot of people into doing it voluntarily. And yeah, I don't think that's really going to work anymore. So, like I said, controlling your fuel and your ability to get it, food, your power, your internet, those are the big four that I see, the ways that they can do that. But what about going to work also? So maybe some people commute. So it'd be kind of hard for them to track fuel in different vehicles, get different fuel economy. Yeah, it's very complicated. I'm not going to go into all that BS. The fact is that I really wouldn't surprise me if they do this. And I really have a feeling they're going to try. Am I going to be locked down? No. I won't. I'm going to go about my life like I normally do. Now, would I stay home more? Maybe by choice? That depends on the situation that's going on out there. If there's chaos in the streets out there, then I probably would stay home more often. You know? Is there foreign invasion? Yeah, that's totally different. There's all these different things. Anyway, I don't really want to just blah, 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 blah. I think it's an important topic that we need to think about. What are we willing to put up with to enjoy and ensure our freedoms? What are we willing to sacrifice? What consequences are we willing to accept, be them good or bad consequences? It's just something we need to keep on the forefront of our minds. And we can also be proactive and write letters, email, make phone calls, go to offices, make appointments with our leadership, local level, whatever it may be. That's where the lockdown is going to happen, at local level. So try that. If you're in a place like Seattle, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that, because yeah, your words will go on deaf ears. But we can be involved, and we can start letting people know, hey, you know, I've heard about this new thing coming down, these different potential, different blah, 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 different potential issues, and yeah, we're not going to do it. We don't want this to happen. We don't want any part of it. Another thing I just thought of, I just totally forgot of, if you don't get that thing, then you're locked down. Or if you don't get that thing, you won't be able to get groceries. Or if you don't get that thing, you won't get fuel. Or if you don't get that thing, you won't go to the hospital or the dentist or the vet or go to school or this or that. It's already in the school system. You know, we had to apply for a waiver for our children to go to online school. Like never being around another kid or adult or anything that isn't part of our life, associated with the school is what I mean. They had to get a waiver. Luckily, they were accepted. But that's just ludicrous. That's the way I see things going. So anyway, be smart. Keep on prepping. Remember, prepping is living insurance. Remember that your food storage will run out eventually. So you need to be growing food, raising animals, learning skills, all the things I talk about, foraging, the hunting, fishing, trapping, snaring, all that stuff. As well as working on your skills, fitness, definitely fitness, and taking your personal health seriously so that you don't get any of these things that they're talking about. Not to say you won't, but work on your fitness. Be more fit tomorrow than you are today. I've been really sliding on that fact, and I need to get back into working out. You could probably tell in my videos, you used to see me, and I would have, more muscle structure, muscle mass than I do now. Yes, but I've been doing a lot more functional stuff. I'm always very active, but I encourage you guys to be active, live an active lifestyle, get yourselves functionally fit. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.